and welcome back to another Minecraft episode with JadedDragQueen. And here we are, and of course I've changed my form yet again. I am now David Tennant from Doctor Who, the 10th Doctor. Hopefully I didn't destroy any walls there. Okay, so let's get back to what I was doing here. So I had basically gone to another little cavern, found a... oh yeah, it's nighttime now. Found a zombie spawner. So that was pretty cool. And was going to be working on setting up an actual mine to actually go and mine for resources. And I think I'm going to place it over there on that mound, right over there. Ooh, is that a skeleton? Can I get it before it disappears? Maybe not. And oh, there's also a creeper nearby. Yay! Yay, congratulations, you blew yourself up. And look, there's a... there's a skeleton. There's an Enderman. Try not to look him in the eye, or else he will attack. Okay, so that's right underneath, so that's one thing that I'm kind of worried about, considering that I am planning on putting in... okay, so here's another cavern-esque. I'm hearing what sounds like creatures nearby. And I see what looks like a creeper over there. So I'm just going to let that be for now. And I'm going to make my way to my spot that I've kind of designated, because it's already like it's a mineshaft anyway. So I think I'm just going to end up coming up with a plan to make it look decent. But right here. Right here. So I'm thinking I'm going to have my entrance down to the mine be right here. Probably do some decorating around here to make it actually look decent. Kind of make it stand out like it's a mine. And then go from there. So I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do, and we'll be back when I've made some progress. Alright everybody, so I think I've come up with a decent way to give that area a nice little turn of events. I'm going to turn the birch wood that I've collected in a previous expedition to go and gather wood into the stripped birch that I have here. Birch is not made through a crafting table or a furnace or anything else. It's actually made with the axe. So kind of a tutorial-esque on how to go about doing it. Instead of chopping it down with your right, or since I'm playing on the PlayStation, with the R2 trigger, use the L2 trigger to strip the birch. And there is 3 more stripped birch logs. So I think I might use those probably for the top going across the opening. So similar to how my door is here, but having the stripped birch along the top. I'm thinking that might be a nice little addition, or at least a nice little effect. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure. I usually go, like with most things with designing, I go off the cuff. I don't usually stick to a specific game plan. But we'll see. I'm gonna test around a few theories and see what I come up with. Alright, so welcome back. So I've made a little bit of progress with the mineshaft here. However, My layout definitely could use some TLC, probably exchanging these for something else. Plus, that's a lot of polished diorite. Granted, I still have 21 more blocks left. However, if I'm going to continue it on, I'm going to need a lot more diorite. And either I'm going to have to mine it myself, which there was like a huge spot right over there where I mined some of it. Either I'm going to have to mine some more, or I'm going to have to find a way of either replacing it or coming up with something different that's a little more resource reliable, I guess. But so far, I like the look, and I think it could use a little more color. It looks looks very gray and white, and not a whole lot of color. So maybe I might look into figuring out something else with a color scheme. I may hop into like a creative world in a separate area just to try things out and see what I think. All right. But for now, I think that looks good. And that'll go down into or continue downward to a mine shaft. But in the meantime, I'm going to think on this and think about what it could use and see what I can find for other resources. Alright, so some progress has been made. I did make a few changes. I swapped out the diorite for cobblestone steps here. And I added, because I needed more cobblestone steps and just didn't feel like making any, plus needed a space to put a workbench. Ooh, that was a mouthful. I decided that I was going to make this side have no steps, but I was going to include a workbench plus a chest for any and all resources that I find. And then the blast furnace right on the opposite side. So the blast furnace for any ores that I find, so definitely something that's going to help with smelting and smelting stone, ores, and everything like that. Definitely something that's going to be very useful and it's going to come in handy. So that is the update for that. I haven't done anything more. I think I'm going to use the diorite steps. So it'll continue down this way using the diorite. I'm going to leave these ones the cobblestone because that's kind of like the stone that continues on to go in. I may add like a couple of, like maybe take this out here, these 3 blocks, and substitute that with cobblestone as well, just to give it that added cobblestone feel. But I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. I'll see how it looks and then I may change it back. But so far, I'm liking how this has turned out, and I can't wait to continue this on. Hopefully, I'll be able to continue on. I did manage to find some more diorite, which I then turned into polished diorite to continue on with the way the pattern is going. So that's all from this area. The next thing I have to update on is the hidey hole. The little hidey hole, the hangout, little hideout, and as soon as I make my way over here, it's right across the way, and I left my door open. Shame on me. So I did make the stone cutter, which is kind of cool. So it makes the slab, stairs, fences. It changes the blocks to chiseled blocks and designed blocks. So instead of having to hunt for it in the workbench through all of these, it's all right there. So that's all it does is just the stone stuff. So that definitely makes things a lot easier when trying to figure out, like, with me trying to make the steps and everything, it's going to come in handy so that I don't have to work too hard to find everything. So it's going to be a little, make time go by a little bit faster so I don't have to waste time hunting for things. I do have a smoker over here, and it cooks items like raw beef, actually 2 at a time. So instead of doing one piece of raw beef, it did like a whole bunch of them in the same time it took to do one through the regular furnace. So it definitely does increase the amount of time that it takes to cook items and cook more of them. This I'm not sure because I haven't been able to use it, but this is a smithing station and I'm not exactly sure. It doesn't say, other than it's like literally it doesn't say anything other than the fact that it is smithing tables are villager workstations that appear within villages. That's it. And there's the ominous sound that there's a cavern nearby. But this is kind of like a little crafting area that I worked on, figuring that, you know, maybe I'll put some stuff in there. I don't know. I was going to originally make this into like a sleeping area, but I'm actually quite content with the bed being right here next to the furnace and the chest and everything right here. Everything's readily available, so if it's dark, I can just go to sleep and I can continue working on stuff. But other than that, that's everything that I've done. I think I'm going to go over a few more patterns. I don't think really much for patterns is necessary. I did find a couple of areas where I could find more diorite, so diorite isn't going to be an issue anymore. Now is just putting the plan into effect and figuring out the pattern, because I've got one section down, and now it's just finding how to actually go lower and keep the pattern the same. So figuring out how I'm actually going to do the roof and how that's going to taper down. That's going to be my next hurdle. Alright, so I started to do a little bit more work on the Mineshaft. However, I've run into a bit of a hiccup. So as you can see, I've been able to maneuver it down this way. Actually kind of looks good. I think I'm gonna make it so that it's a 2-block width to go down. But yeah, here's the one obstacle that I've run into. There is this water cavern here. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to at least block off a portion of it so that I can continue going downward. Yeah. I'm gonna have to find me either some gravel, dirt, sand, which sand there's plenty of over in the desert, so I may have to go and grab some sand. I use the sand to at least absorb up some of the water, and that way I don't have any streams of water coming in and disrupting my build. So anyway, that's my next hurdle to accomplish right now. I still need to work on the ceiling, but I think that will take a little bit of time. So for right now, I'll be back with an update as I finish getting this cleared out and make progress with the mine. See you guys in a few. Alright, and welcome back. And it is a very stormy night. You can see how I've done some excavation, although I have to give credit where credit is due. This actually goes out to one of the creepers that popped in and decided to blow themselves up while I was in here. It actually shot me all the way across over here. So I was literally like flung all the way over here from in there by a creeper. I survived for the majority, so I'm like, I'm gonna make sure that I have some sort of protection. It's been rainy all while I've been doing this, so I'm not surprised that I've had visitors while I've been trying to get everything going. But so far, this is what I'm thinking. I've got the 3x3 wall here, 3x3 wall here, and then I think for continuing downward, I'm just going to do a 3x2. Now what? Oh, there's a skeleton right over there. Yeah, I have not had the best of luck, because as soon as daylight hit, it started raining, which meant creatures and mobs started spawning outside and no sun to really get rid of them. Yeah, I feel a little bit defeated at this point, but I'm not gonna let that stop me. I'm gonna keep going, and hopefully I will have this completed in no time. Hello everyone, I'm back again with an update on the Mineshaft, and of course, oh, what is a project without some extra hurdles? So you've already seen a few that I had to deal with, but now I've come across one more thing, and I've sort of started to implement it into the plan, I guess. and you might be able to notice what exactly is going on. And that is that the mineshaft, even though I've gotten it a lot bigger, turns out that the descent that I was taking with it was a little too I guess it wasn't quite steep enough. So now it's almost like a makeshift tunnel slash bridge all the way over to the village over here, which isn't a bad thing. It means I won't have to cross any water. I won't have to worry about the lovely drowned that are underneath. I think that's a huge salmon over there. It's been kind of swimming around while I've been working, but yeah, I won't have to worry about the drowned if this is connected. I see one way over there by my crosshair there. He's kind of standing around, but so if this continues going, I should be able to make it over by that building over here, and that should provide me with a nice, decent area for basically leveling off and making this almost like a tunnel directly to the village, which might be for the best actually, because I think I need to be down further, and I may actually consider making one of these caverns the actual mine shaft to do some actual mining for resources. So this is going to be kind of like a nice little tunnel, I guess, to the village, which means that this probably will go away, and I may incorporate the design. And yes, I have made some changes. There's no more diorite on the floor. It's now polished andesite and polished andesite stairs instead of the diorite. Not because I was running out of diorite, but more so for the fact that I kind of wanted it a little bit different. So yes, it's still a little bit on the grayscale with a little bit of the white, but I think it's going to look nice. I think I may end up changing it a little bit here and there, but I don't think it's going to change too much. I think I've finally figured out a pattern, and now it's figuring out what I want for the actual roofs. I may do wood. I don't think I'll do andesite, because I think I like the andesite, polished andesite on the floor, because it actually looks like tile. But I may do something else for the actual roof. But we'll see. So far that is all I have for now. I think I'm going to continue on and eventually finish up the tunnel and see what I come up with. So I'll be back. Alright, thank you everybody who watched this video. I'm going to end the episode here. I still got a little more work to do on the quote-unquote mine shaft turned into a tunnel to the village. Boy, do my eyes look weird. Looks like one is like huge and the other is very small. Big eye, small mouth. Anyway, anime reference. So I'm going to end the episode here, and next episode I should be finishing up with that tunnel, plus actually working on a legitimate mine shaft for being able to harvest resources such as more iron, gold, redstone, and the all too precious diamonds. So next episode, I will see you next time. Don't forget, if you like this series, be sure to like and subscribe so that I know that you're enjoying it and that you want me to keep going. So like, subscribe, and leave some comments down in the section about what you think and how you think things are going. Give me some ideas for from some designs. I would always appreciate that. So anyway, I will catch y'all next time, and I'll see you later.